everybody. We're off the field with Isaiah Robinson, special guest Caleb Williams. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Caleb, 6'1", 210 from Washington, D.C., five-star quarterback, #1 dual threat in the nation, just committed to Oklahoma University. How that feeling, bro?
Feels great, actually. I get to kind of, I've been committed since July 4th, but feels really good. I'm able to just kind of settle down, recruit like people to my school now, and kind of focus on one place.
Good. Before we get into this interview, I'm going to show the crowd your highlights and everything.
Sweet.
Let them know what the #1 dual threat looking like.
Brian Little.
Question of the day. Who is Caleb Williams for the people that don't know out there?
Who is Caleb Williams? As Kawhi Leonard would say, I'm a fun guy. But no, pretty fun. I mean, I love sports. I've tried to play all sports, basketball, football, obviously. I swim, lacrosse, ice hockey even. Just about everything. And I've always loved even soccer. Forgot that. So I've always loved sports. I'm a sports guy. Other than that, I really love video games. And I honestly just like winning championships. I can really not care about the stats. I think my stats are, you go to the championship as a quarterback of the team, normally your stats are going to be pretty good. Because you're the position that, passes the ball to and hands the ball off and even sometimes runs the ball. So you got to do what you got to do, obviously. But I don't really necessarily care about the stats and all. I just kind of like winning championships and holding the trophy up and having that ring on my finger at the end of the day.
Okay, so you're a winner.
Yeah.
Okay. So you play all these other sports, soccer, swimming, everything. But when did you start playing football?
Well, actually, football was my first sport, and swimming was my second sport. But swimming is actually still my second sport. Mm-hmm. That's a sport I'm probably the second best at. If I had to train for it a little bit, and then go compete.
What event you used to swim?
Actually, they had me do just about everything when I was younger, but my best was backstroke.
Backstroke, okay.
Yeah, but football was, what'd you say?
I was a breaststroker. I used to be.
I hated the breaststroke. It just felt like it took so long to get to the opposite end.
It did take a minute.
It did take a minute. But no, so football was my first sport. I started playing when I was 4. So it's going on, 12 years now, going on 13 actually. Mm-hmm. So because I'm about to turn 19. Or what is that? Am I right? 14 years. Okay. Yeah, 14 years. Sorry. So it's been a long journey playing football and going from just having fun really to trying to make this my job, so called my job. But in reality, it's not really a job. It's something that I'm passionate about and really love to do.
Okay. So I know your family is into sports too. How much did they impact you on playing football?
So my dad, funny story, when I was younger, and I was able to be brought home, like literally as a baby, like when you're able to be brought home because they have you obviously hospitalized for a little bit to make sure everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
When I was brought home, I was put into the crib, obviously, and my dad took out all those stupid stuffed animals that everybody gets and all of that, and put in a few footballs, and that's basically where it all started. My dad was really passionate about sports. He always loves watching sports. We've always been a sports family. My mom didn't want me to play football when I was younger, but then it kind of grew on her, seeing me out there having fun doing my thing. So we basically turned into a sports family, and this is what I'm planning on doing for the rest of my life.
Okay, I like that. So coming out of high school, you're one of the highest ranked players that I have on this show so far.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be hard to try to beat number one. So tell me about your recruiting process and how did everything come along?
I've been pretty fortunate, pretty lucky. Even though I did work for it, and I worked really hard throughout the years before high school, and then when I got into high school, you still got to be fortunate enough to get certain things, and I was very fortunate enough to go get offers. My first offer, which was Maryland, and then after that, it went from like Penn State to, and then shot up to like Alabama, and then I got my two latest was actually, I think, probably Clemson and Oklahoma.
Okay.
It's where I'm now committed. I've always liked Oklahoma. I kind of always felt like when Coach Riley got there, he's an offensive mastermind type guy. He always keeps looking for special ways to attack the game, and unique ways that others don't. But they were actually my last offer. I didn't know if I was going to commit here or not, because they did have a guy committed before me, but he ended up decommitting, and then now this is my home, and time to make some spectacular plays here.
Yes.
So it was crazy, to be honest. Though my recruiting process was crazy. That date where I think it's like September 1st or something like that of my junior year, or maybe sophomore year, they can start texting you, and 12 a.m. that night, my phone blew up, and it was crazy. Kind of turned off my phone that night and had school the next morning, so had to get off my phone and focus on the things at hand, which was school and then Gonzaga football at that time.
Okay, good. Because I remember when you had no offers, you start blowing up, just like you said.
Yeah. No, we used to work out at the Bowie field and the soccer dome and all of that. And then it just kind of happened. The so-called blow up of me kind of happened right after sophomore year. That's when I threw the Hail Mary, and then after that, people started to get on notice about me around the nation, and kind of just kept going, kind of kept progressing.
So talking about that Hail Mary, what was the situation and what was the play of the Hail Mary for the crowd?
So like when I do certain things on the field, I kind of like when I get off the field and I have my little 15 seconds or so, I kind of think before I have to like focus on the next drive or what the coach is about to say in the headset and things like that. We drive down. It's fourth quarter. The game was the first quarter we went down by 20, and then we ended up coming back. Short summary: we ended up coming back. Throughout the second and third quarter, we were just battling back and forth. They stayed ahead for most of the game. Towards the end of the game, we finally got ahead, and then they scored. And then it's like around 2 minutes on the clock. So we go down and we go score for a 2-minute drive that we always practice. We practice a lot. And when I got to like my so-called 15 seconds that I had before I got over on the headset and started talking to my coach, I was thinking that was like a Tom Brady type drive. I always have those little moments where I try to just, it was a Tom Brady type moment, a comeback kid type thing. And then they ended up freaking getting a kickoff return, which is crazy. I mean, how lucky do you have to be to get a kickoff return and you only have about 30 seconds left in the game, and squibbed it and everything. They still returned it. So they ended up getting a kickoff return, and everybody was. I was told. Some people told me, like, they even DM me on Instagram and Twitter and things like that, and they're like, after the game, they're like, "Congrats," but I ended up leaving, so they missed out on a pretty special game. They thought we were gonna get blown out by 40 in a championship game, which didn't end up happening. So like I said, we go back and they get a squib. We squib it. They return the squib for a kickoff return. It's crazy. Everybody's going crazy. Fans are going crazy. My only thought is to my coach on the headset is like, get me in range. Give me a play that gets me in range. So we have this play, and Dean Ingram, he plays DB at Wisconsin now. He runs normally we run it around 10 yards, but obviously he had to get a little deeper because time was running out. So we run the Mathis cornerbacks were off. They were deep. Because I guess they thought I could throw the ball 90 yards for Hail Meri. So I guess they thought I was going to do it right there, but they were off. They were out around like 20 yards off. So Dean's running full speed. I hold down the middle a little bit, then I come to the right side. Dean runs he's running an out route, and I release a little early so I can get up and over. Not really up and over, just gives him enough time to get out his break and not really kind of rush him or anything like that. So I get the ball there. We're around the 40-yard line, but our 40-yard line, close to our 40-yard line, in between the 50 and 40 somewhere. Can't remember the exact yardage. So now, little do they know I was in range. That's around my range, 60 to 70 yards. I can launch it. So I felt really confident. I felt really confident coming out for that drive, but as soon as we got that 15, 20-yard out, I felt supremely confident. So then I ended up, they called the Hail Meri. We all knew that was going to be a play call because there's nothing else that you can really run unless you run hook and lateral and all of that. But that's so much time, and I feel like I'd rather thought Hail Meri than hook and lateral. So we did all of that. Then they called the Hail Meri, and I felt supremely confident. You could actually hear my linemen and my running back crying. They were crying while blocking. Crazy. They were literally crying while blocking, and then I had perfect protection. I dropped back, slid up, and dropped back again and slid up. And on that last slide, I launched it for about 60-some yards. It would have went farther, but he caught it like mid or close to the front of the end zone. John Marshall went up, which is now a Navy, and went up above everybody. And then after that, I really didn't know if he caught it because I dropped to the ground before anything happened. I knew we were wearing white gloves, and DeMatha was wearing red and blue gloves or red or blue gloves. So I saw white gloves go up above everybody. And he ended up catching it, and everybody went crazy. We ended up breaking the fence and the stands and things like that. Everybody stormed the field. It was crazy. It was an awesome time. And you don't get too many Hail Marys for wins in game, especially not championships. So.
There you go, talking about you're a winner.
Yeah.
Having a deficit.
Few comeback wins.
So what are some things you were looking for in the school and coaches while you was being recruited?
So the easiest way to explain it for me, other than obviously them having a great football program, is the fact that my high school, Gonzaga, I really do love my high school. I've enjoyed all my experiences there, the ups and downs. What I was looking for was a college that kind of embodied my high school the best that they could. That meant brotherhood, meant for others. A great football program with an awesome chance to go win a national championship. Obviously, I didn't win a national championship in high school, but a championship. I did win a championship, and that was my goal coming in. All I wanted was a chance and a championship. And I got the chance, won over the chance, and then I got the championship 2 years later. So that's all I really wanted was an embodiment of my high school, and I got that. And now all I'm looking for when I get there is the chance and the national championship or more or plus.
Okay. So
I do want a Heisman. I do want to be in the commercial, the advertisements, things like that. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. So I know you had a lot of good coaches around you, mentoring you.
Yep.
And just throughout the whole process of your high school career and your recruiting. Has they told you any red flags to look out for when coaches would try to recruit you?
The red flags were one of the main the only red flag that like really stood out was the fact that, you know, they're going to show you your best or their best. Every college is going to try to show you you're their best and their best of them. That you're the best recruit for them, and you know they recruit so many kids. It's kind of like restocking cattle. And then that they're going to try and show their best of themselves. Those were the two things that I had to get through my head, and I got through my head pretty quickly. Kind of understanding that definitely helped me throughout the process. Just kind of understanding that they're going to think I'm the best, and then once I get there, I'm just another name, and I got to earn my stars, so called, with my stripes, to get on that field. And I kind of understand that, and I'm not really caring about the recruiting anymore. I don't really care about I started to realize not to really care about the recruiting as much, and kind of just working on myself so that when I get to that point, I can earn my stripes and earn my stars as fast as I could when I get to college. And then when I go on visits and things like that, I mean, they're going to lay out the red carpet type vibe. Just kind of understanding that, you know, it's not going to be the same when I get there. It's going to be a little different. It's going to be hard, but it's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, it's always a journey to be told.
Yes, sir.
So what do you think put you on the map for your recruiting process to take off?
Being at the school that I am and where I'm at. I'm in Washington, D.C., which is, I mean, everybody knows about Washington, D.C. It's where the capital is, the White House. Like, it's a national eye candy, basically. So that definitely put me on the map. The school that I'm at, I mean, we got a lot of Congress. We got a lot of support from the higher ups. And then I mean, me just going. I went to a few camps. I never really went to camps, but basically my hard work, and then where I was stationed at, basically.
So talk to your fans. You said hard work. Talk to your fans about like your dedication. What time you used to wake up for training? How many times a week did you train?
You know about this, but we used to do 5:30 in the mornings. I used to do 5:30 in the morning when I was 12 years old. 12? I believe so. It was 11 and 12. 5:30 in the morning. We used to call it Breakfast Club, and I mean, you go back to that group, and we got so many college players, so many NFL players, so many this and that, so many high-profile high school athletes from that group, and it's crazy to think about it. But we used to get up at 5:30 in the morning. We used to train for about an hour and a half or so, and we used to do that before school. Every I can't remember the exact days. We used to do it before school, and it was a lot of days. That's all I know. It was a lot of days that we did that. And then we go to school, we eat breakfast, get in the shower, go to school, do our schoolwork, train after school, and then end up doing our homework. And that was what we did, and it was repeated throughout the years of before high school. It was crazy to think that I was doing it at 11 and 12 years old, that I had the mindset to do that. But that's what it took for me. It doesn't take that for everybody, but that's what it took for me to get to the point where I'm at. And you know, these 5:30 soon enough when I get to college are going to be, you know, kind of similar. It's going to kind of get my body. My body's going to kind of remember it as if it was like me riding a bike when I was younger. And hopefully it's not as bad, but if it is, then you got to deal with it. And
you gonna be good, bro. Yeah, Coach Pop and Coach Justin.
Coach Justin and Coach Mark.
You gonna be good. So, what is your favorite high school game memory?
Other than the Hail Mary, high school memory. Oh, other than Hail Mary, I either say it was my receiving touchdown in the same game. I had a receiving touchdown on like the Philly special. We called it Eagle special. Because we're Gonzaga Eagles.
Did in the championship?
Yeah, I did in the championship.
Okay.
Or also in the championship, I hurt my foot, and I ended up getting up, and it ended up being 3rd and 33. And I threw a post corner. Sam Sweeney to convert, which ended up being a part of that two minute drive that I was talking about earlier.
Okay.
That was probably my favorite. And then other than that, I reverse field one time versus Don Bosco, and it was like a third or a second and like 25, and I ended up getting it. And I was super tired, but yeah,
Right.
like a 15-play drive too.
Wow. So it was gone for a minute.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody asking this question. Our team, Bowie, our Bowie.
Come on now. We're not. Don't ask me the question. We're winning. We're winning.
But to you,
My Bowie team's winning.
our Bowie team.
It may be a high school. Y'all might beat us because y'all started just kind of turning up in high school. But
you think y'all is it in our middle school phase?
Middle school phase, we're beating you.
Oh no.
Y'all started getting training when y'all got to high school, like early high school. We were training. We were training before that moment. We
wasn't even training, and we was just straight dogs.
We would have beat y'all for sure.
We gotta run that back. When everybody get the cars, we got.
Everybody get the cars. We all got to come out.
Yeah. Little 7-on-7.
Yeah.
So, I can't let you off without talking about the DMV football.
Yeah.
What do you feel the DMV football is ranked in the country? Just like overall, I feel like we're disrespected and we don't have enough.
We're very disrespected. I've been around the country and back. Mm-hmm. Like people people actually really disrespect us because they respect our basketball so much and our lacrosse so much. Mm-hmm. And because we don't have the social platform for football. California, their social platform for football is crazy.
Crazy.
They get the kids, socially invested really early. Texas, they got a couple of dogs in Texas. Georgia, they got a couple of dogs in Georgia. California, they got a couple of dogs in Georgia or California. But we're up there for sure. We should not be this disrespected. I've been around the country. I've seen, I've thrown, I've gone against. We shouldn't be this disrespected, and I take it upon me because I'm moving on and I'm going all the way to Oklahoma. So I feel a little disrespected, so I'm gonna take that and rep where I'm from and hopefully gain the respect, and keep gaining that respect and put it back on the DMV.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of youth athletes and parents who watch this show. So what advice would you have for them in terms of what it's going to take to become a scholarship athlete?
Scholarship athlete, you got to have commitment. Commitment is key. Also college coaches, parents and kids. College coaches don't like when high school athletes are just going from school to school to school. There's a few kids that, have gotten scholarships and they were at a school and then they went to another school the next year or another school the next year. And, hopefully they kept those offers and hopefully they went to the school they wanted to go to. But college coaches don't like the fact that, kids, just because it's hard, just because you're, a freshman and you think you're the best player on the team. I was trying to, whereas the best player on the team, that just because you think that doesn't mean that's what you are. That doesn't mean that you're developed. That doesn't mean that you're ready. Mm-hmm. I was fortunate enough to be able to have the opportunity to play freshman year, first game. Not everybody gets the opportunity. All you really need is a year. I did get a few offers freshman year from some pretty good schools, but my year that got all my offers was sophomore year. Junior year, I kind of just progressed and I didn't really have any more big schools to get or anything like that because sophomore year I had a pretty awesome year and they a bunch of schools offered me that year. So all you need is a year. So developed, have commitment, and have a winning mindset is what I would probably give advice to.
Okay, I like that. So now we get to the hot seat questions of the interview.
Hot seat questions.
First one. What weird combination do you really enjoy? Food combination.
Food combination. I'm not a combination type of guy. I don't like putting my food together.
You don't like mixing and matching. You just
I'm
like.
not a. You gotta. It has to have like the sort of like kind of same taste.
Mhm.
I can't have all my juices flowing through my other foods and things like that. I'm not one of those.
So what is one weird food that you eat that you don't usually see other people eat?
Wasabi walnut or wasabi not walnuts but wasabi like the wasabi like little peanuts.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it good though?
yeah, it's good. It's good.
What's your favorite movie?
The 300.
Okay, that's a good movie. This is Sparta.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's very gory, but I like it.
If you could be any superhero, who would you be?
I for sure be Thor because he has the hammer and he be just launching that hammer.
You're God. Can't
Yeah,
be. That man never dies either.
never dies ever.
Perfect ideal date.
Perfect ideal day for me. I would never expect to get this question. I do like movies, so I probably not a regular movie because that's kind of lame to me. I probably do like a drive-in theater type movie.
Okay.
Get on the back of the car, something like that. Have the popcorn, whatever, candy. Do it early enough in the day to where it's like nighttime, but it's not too late when it finishes. Once that's done, probably get something to eat at a place. And then kind of just vibe out. I'm not a big rah guy. I don't do all the special events and things like that. So.
Okay. Worst habit that you will never break?
Oh man, worst habit. I stay on the game too long sometimes.
Okay.
It's my worst habit. I'm not bringing my game with me to Oklahoma. That's how bad my habit is.
I mean, what you got? P4 or Xbox?
I got an Xbox. I used to have PS4 or PS, but then I got an Xbox and I kept it. So I think when the next gen come out, PS5 or Xbox, I think I'm gonna get a PS5.
Smart choice. But that's the wrap of our interview, bro. Appreciate you for coming out.
No problem.
Anything you want to say to the crowd and to the fans?
Boomer Sooner.
Yes, sir. You heard it here first. Caleb Williams.